Good morning, St. Paul's. Today is August 18th, 2025, and you are watching Wolf TV, bringing you the latest news, sports, entertainment, and everything in between. We have a great show for you today. Here are some announcements for today. The National Honor Society will begin tutoring during lunch. Tutoring is every day, Monday through Thursday, and is held outside of L202. Tutors are available to help with homework, quiz/test prep, math Excel assignments, and proofreading. The tutoring service is provided free of charge. Wolves, are you looking for a fun, challenging sport that helps you build strength and confidence? The St. Paul's wrestling team is looking for new members. No experience is required, and we'll have no cuts so everyone has a chance to learn and compete. There will be a short informational meeting for anyone interested in joining the wrestling team on Thursday, August 21st, immediately after school in the old gym. Come see what wrestling is all about if you have any questions. Please see Coach Pat or Coach Ivan. PJ's Coffee will be opening Wednesday, August 20th for lunchtime, and will be offering a buy two get one free deal for the remainder of August. You can find PJ's Coffee in the library. They hope to see you there. Now let's look at today's news. In an unprecedented move, the federal Latoya Cantrell making her first sitting mayor in the city's 370-year history to face federal charges on multiple accounts, including conspiracy, wire fraud, obstruction of justice, and false statements. According to the indictment issued by the U.S. Attorney's Office, prosecutors allege that Mayor Cantrell engaged in a personal romantic relationship with her bodyguard, Officer Jeffrey Paul Vapi, while exploiting her official position and city resources for personal benefit. Court documents depict the scheme as extensive and ongoing, with Vapi allegedly paid for protective services during times he was actually with Cantrell in private settings, including a city-owned apartment in New Orleans. They reportedly traveled together on at least 14 domestic and international trips, racking up more than $70,000 in taxpayer-funded expenses. Federal prosecutors allege that Cantrell also made false statements under oath, including perjury before a grand jury, and submitted misleading affidavits in addition to destroying evidence. The U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Louisiana, Michael Simpson, characterized the indictment as an incredible betrayal of people's confidence in their own government, and emphasized that the allegations extend beyond mere romance to allegations of deliberate public corruption. City Council President J.P. Morrill called the development a sad day for the people of New Orleans, offering thoughts for Cantrell's family as she faces serious charges.
Over the weekend, a dramatic international event unfolded in Anchorage, Alaska, where President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin met face-to-face for the first time since 2019. A red carpet welcome, complete with a military flyover, set a surprisingly cordial tone, giving Putin a powerful diplomatic platform on U.S. soil. The nearly 3-hour summit wrapped up without any formal peace agreements or ceasefire in Ukraine. Still, both leaders described the talks as productive. Trump shifted his stance from previously advocating for a ceasefire toward directly negotiating a peace deal, hinting at approaches like land swaps and security assurances to Ukraine. Putin, in turn, remained firm on Russia's objectives, demanding full control of two disputed regions in Ukraine. These concessions alarmed many Ukrainian European leaders, who condemned the notion of negotiating land for peace. Looking ahead, Ukrainian President Zelensky is expected to visit the White House for further discussions, and European leaders have urged continued support and pressure to protect Ukraine's sovereignty.
Now here comes Wolf TV Trivia. Now let's look at today's sports news. Looking into another part of the sports world, the Super Cup in soccer was played last Wednesday. The Europa League champion, Tottenham Hotspurs, faced off against the winners of the Champions League, PSG. The Spurs came out on top, taking a 2-0 lead. Mickey Vader in the 39th minute, and Christian Romero used his head as well to put one in the back of the net on the 48th minute. However, some questionable substitutions from Tottenham led to 2 late goals from PSG. Substitute Lee Kang-eun powered a low driven shot past the keeper for a goal in the 85th minute. This allowed all the momentum to switch to PSG's side of the ball. Less than 10 minutes later, PSG, working with the momentum on their side, star striker Dembele whipped in a world-class cross that led to a header from Gonçalo Ramos in the 94th minute of play. The game went into penalties. Both teams had missed opportunities, but none worse than Tottenham's Tell, who missed a penalty just wide of the frame, which led to the victory of PSG. The Man of the Match award was given to Dembele for his outstanding performance. His 2 passes led to both goals in regular time, and his actions helped his team tremendously.
In a surprising development for Major League Rugby, the New Orleans NOLA Gold franchise has announced it will not compete in the 2026 season. The decision comes just 1 year after the team hosted its first ever home playoff game, a milestone in its 8-year history. The organization has not publicly said why they decided to not compete this year, but the move raised questions about the future of professional rugby in New Orleans and the Gulf Coast region. On a related note, former NOLA Gold General Manager Ryan Fitzgerald has launched a new men's and women's varsity rugby program at Loyola University to keep the sport alive locally. Meanwhile, the city is still trying to evaluate the future of the Shrine on Airline Stadium, which now lacks a primary tenant. Though the team remains in dialogue with the league, their long-term plans are still uncertain. Fans to wonder whether a comeback could come later in the future.
And now it's time for history. Now let's take a look at the world of entertainment. There is a new upcoming movie coming out in 2026 starring Steph Curry called GOAT. It follows a humanoid goat, Will Harris, who joins a basketball league in order to become the greatest of all time, or GOAT. However, he is looked down upon because he is a tiny goat. However, he does have a lot of skills. The movie outlines an underdog-like story with the main character rejected and told by all around him that he is simply too small to be a great hoop star. Not only is Steph Curry a big cast member, but the movie directors also stars popular comedians such as Caleb McLaughlin, Nick Kroll, and David Harbour, Andrew Santino, and Bobby Lee.
Hey everyone, my name is Harris Strickland, and as the Media 3 Senior Class Wrestling Representative, I would like to personally remind everyone that there will be a meeting in the old gym for all new wrestlers after school on Thursday, August 21st. If you want to be able to build some muscle, get some confidence, and gain endurance, then come to the meeting. Thank you.
And now for the joke of the day. Hey Harris, why was the broom late?
I don't know, why was it?
It swept in. That's our show for today, Wolves. Thank you for watching Wolf TV, and until next time, let's make it a great day.